I'm Jimmy. I'm a tattoo artist in Wayne, New Jersey. I've been tattooing for about 4 years now. I've always been interested in tattooing. I didn't realize that I was an artist myself until I went to college. I found myself not being able to pay attention or end up going to class. So when the teacher would lecture me, I would draw and doodle in my notebook, and that's when I realized that it was time for me to do something else. I got an apprenticeship almost immediately. Apprenticeship, for those who aren't really aware, is mostly just trying to earn your respect. Trying to earn your respect to the people who mentor you and the people who work at that place. So it involves a lot of dirty work, like, cleaning up after them and going out for coffee runs and getting food. The more that they respect you and, enjoy your company, the more that they're gonna teach you. Or at least that's how I took it. I had to do 2,000 hours. After my apprenticeship, which I did for probably about 1.5 to 2 years, I worked at that place for 3.5 months until I got a little bit of a clientele, and then I moved on to a shop in Bergenfield. I worked there for 2.5 years until I opened this place, and we ended on good terms. He still gives me a lot of advice. Transitioning to owning my own business, pretty simple, honestly, for me. I kind of fell into this place, so I was super lucky. I had a friend who bought this place and then no longer wanted to use it for himself, so he kind of asked me if I wanted it, and I took it over. My tattoo style is very broad. I can pretty much do most things that people ask of me. I prefer to do realistic black and gray or neo-traditional work. Big preference for people in New Jersey is black and gray. A lot of people get black and gray. To do my other neo-traditional style, I've really had to push it and post drawings and see if anybody wanted them. But black and gray comes very natural. A lot of people just initially want that on them. There's a few misconceptions about my job. I feel like some people think that we sit around and draw pictures all day, which is kind of accurate, but it's a lot of work that goes involved with it too. Answering clients and dealing with pricing and drawing. So it's a lot of work and effort. Probably 70% of my job is actually tattooing people. A good portion of it is actually preparing for the tattoo and talking with the clients and everything like that. The ideal customer for me is someone that doesn't really complain about price. I'm usually pretty lenient if it's something that I'm super interested in. I really like as much creative freedom as I possibly can. I usually get along with everybody. It's not really an issue that I have too much. The nightmare customer is a micromanager. Comes in, changes every single aspect of my design and drawing, and takes me out of the equation entirely. I'm just someone who does the tattoo. If I can convince them that I'm more knowledgeable on the subject, I guess, for lack of a better word, and that they should trust me, then it usually goes a lot smoother. The boring jobs, I don't really do as much anymore, conveniently for me. I've definitely done my due diligence with tattoos that I'm not overly interested in, but those are the ones that I usually turn away at this point in my career because I want everyone to have me invested in their tattoo as much as they are. Things like Poseidon, anything religious, I'm not really a huge fan. I feel like with the emergence of all rappers with their face tattoos and everything, I've had to shut multiple people down and tell them a face tattoo is not in your future, at least not for me, because I couldn't deal with having someone come in with a face tattoo and then leaving here and not being able to get a job or anything. It would reflect on me. I've done them before. It's not my favorite thing, I'll say that. My favorite tattoos are the ones that I get to do portraits. I love doing portraits, anything realistic animals. Specifically, I remember a dinosaur that I did on someone's hand is one of my favorite tattoos that I've done. Anything bright and colorful where I could draw off the top of my head, I'm a big fan of as well. My favorite tattoos that I have on me are my portrait of my grandfather, a Spider-Man tattoo machine that I have on my chest, which is probably my favorite tattoo that I have. I love my hand. So the least favorite tattoos I have of myself are probably all the ones that I actually did myself. I have a Deadpool that I did on my thigh 53 times and still not good. I actually, when I was 16 and stupid, got a Bible verse across my chest that cannot be removed, that cannot be covered up, and I hate it. I am super not religious at this point in my life. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that one's staying there for life. I got an Italian flag when I was 16 also. That is since covered, thankfully. The physical toll this job takes on me, my back is messed up from just 4 years, but a lot of that is my fault for standing the wrong way and everything like that, but my lower back is just rough if I have to do a long session. So COVID for me was a lot of doing nothing. I got closed down for 3 to 4 months, somewhere around there. It was kind of whatever the opposite of motivating is, I guess. I couldn't bring myself to draw. I couldn't bring myself to really do anything. All I wanted to do was go back to work. And then finally I was able to go back to work, and it's unbelievable. Even to this day, it's still the busiest I've been. I had to reschedule somewhere 130 people. So, and on top of that, I had people asking me if they could put their leg through my window. And, I had to schedule those people once it was okay to resume tattooing. Words of advice for any artist or tattoo artist that is upcoming is just keep drawing. Keep working on what you do and trying to find your specific style that works for you. Be nice to people. The nicer you are to people, the more likely they are to come back and get tattooed by you. That's my number one thing, which is I've tried to do this entire time, is just be a polite dude. You know, change the stigma of what it means to be a tattoo artist. If you want to find me on Instagram, my name is Jimmyinks.
I'm a fucking idiot. I thought that was Jinx.